Yo, what's good? It's your bro Lo, and I'm bringing you guys another saucy trading video, becoming profitable with ICT concepts. You know what I'm saying? We're going to keep this show on the road. You know what I'm saying? Keep it consistent, like I said, almost every day or every other day. And let's get right into the video, right? So, today we have CPI reports, no, not CPI, PPI reports, and jobless claims, crude oil inventories as well. Also, you have Powell speaking today, which I wasn't paying attention to that before. I'm just now seeing that, so it could be a little choppy, um, possibly, but we might get a nice move with the PPI and jobless claims in about 13 minutes. So let's do a little bit of analysis before that time comes. So basically, dollar already ran out the buy side liquidity pool that I was looking for here, right, for that weekly candle to expand into, which I already did, and also this one as well. You do have this buy side liquidity pool sitting there, right, and I think that's gonna be the weekly objective for us to cap off the week. This right here is just a liquidity void volume imbalance that price is delivering into right there. That could possibly be like a little roadblock or a little speed bump to get up into this buy side liquidity pool. That's why I'm looking for price to get up into potentially today. I don't know. It could cap off the week today. Right now, looking at dollar, you have Asia here and you have London here, right? But you have this small fair value gap within that London low. So my plan is for today, which yesterday I wanted to see price kind of come back into this BC right here, maybe a run here to back into this inefficiency with this same daily volume imbalance liquidity void for price to work within, and maybe push up higher off of there. You do have this order block that's created during London here, right? But I don't want to see price use this really. I would rather see a run of London low or Asia low. You know what I mean? I'd rather see a run on that. There's that fair value gap, so it could, on the 4 hour, it could come and use that there. You do have no wick at the bottom of this candle, I think. No, actually it's a wick, so we're good there. So just a run on London's liquidity, and then a revert, and then I'll look to take something to continue higher, right? Let's go to Euro. So Euro, you do have this SIBI here. It could possibly climb all the way up there for that would be way better because that'd be at a premium. We are hovering right above that drawn liquidity that I had of that volume, that liquidity void on a weekly. We are hovering right above that. We did not take that yet, so we do have Asia and London liquidity here, right? So we might not get up there, but I would rather see it climb up above there and then start going lower. But it might not get up there because it's super bearish, you know what I mean? So all I need is a run on London or even Asia too. Might as well take out Asia too, since it's already there, right? And then get some type of revert possibly, and then go lower. See AU. See what's our targets for AU. So AU is right now playing around this wick. I'm gonna measure out this wick just to get a quadrants on it. Alright, so we already hit the upper quadrant, 0.25%. I'm looking for at least, it could deliver down to the consequent encroachment of that, 50% of that. You do have Asia high right there that the news could drive up into, right, and give a revert, the same thing. Indices, we do have those lows still down in here. You do have London low right there, and then you still have those relative equal highs for indices. NQ purged out that relative equal high and then tapped into that same breaker that I was looking at yesterday, right to the T, and then dropped, had a displacement change in state of delivery, had a run lower. I would want to see price come and take out this sell side liquidity relative equal lows here, right? I really don't want to play inside of this range. I would rather see price come and take out these lows, right, to deliver up higher for NQ. Since we already ran out the low here, I don't know if I want to take a sell side liquidity run off of this move here. We already ran out liquidity here, right, with that Asia run. I mean, the liquidity of Asia with London at 2 o'clock here and went up higher. If it is to deliver up in there, maybe it could be some type of run. Maybe in this range, maybe using this fair value gap here, and then going higher. I would look for. I'm gonna wait till the open to start getting into that, right? But mainly that's it. Bullish on indices, bearish on currencies, bullish dollar. Just waiting for this setup to happen, and if it doesn't, then it doesn't. If it gets up into there, that'd be better for a sell for me. But if it runs that liquidity there, has a change in state delivery, it's not an A plus setup, so I'll start off with a quarter risk like usual, and then see what happens after that. Right, see if I want to scale in or not. But yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Type shit. Let's see what that news does. Want to see it run higher. But if it comes into that low, that could cap off the weekly range for today. If it does come and run out that low. See what dollar did. So the dollar is still pushing higher off of that down close candle. So that could be the move to go higher. Right? We might not get that run that I'm looking for, but in my plan, I need that run, right? So I'm not looking at this as a change in the state of delivery, even though it could be in somebody else's model, right, or somebody else's rules or trading plan, and they take that buy there. But me, no, right? I need that run. The sell side liquidity pool here, and NQ took out that sell side liquidity pool. I'm thinking I'll wait until these lows are taken. That's what I'm thinking. I want to see that open come in 9:30 and run that. I'm not gonna try to take a sell side liquidity run and then, try to get in on a change in state of delivery or inversion fair value gap or anything in here. I'll just read this, see what price does, because I don't wanna get into a buy and then it's aiming for this sell side liquidity here and this sell side liquidity in here, right? I don't wanna do that to myself. So yeah, so guess we just sitting on your hands until the price comes to you, till the money is laying in the corner. You just go and pick it up. You know what I'm saying? Like in a consolidation type of range, right? We ran out the buy side liquidity pool here. Me trying to take this little minor sell side liquidity pool, right, to go higher. I want to trade at the end of the range. I want to see a run on the range. I don't want to try to get in the middle of the range. You know what I'm saying? To try to go higher, right? Even though this could be like equilibrium, right, somewhere in there, right? And we're at a discount. I don't want to really buy within here, especially when it's a 15-minute, like it's an hourly 15-minute type of range. It's not like a daily or a weekly range, you know. So you could easily just get squeezed out of a position when you could just wait for the opposing side of the range. This one got knocked out, right, by side. So now we have those relative lows still sitting there, right, for price to potentially come into. And the undisciplined trader in me would just impulse into this because it's already run out Asia, right? Here's my model: run out Asia, I'm bullish. Run out Asia, went London, and now I'm looking for a return back into a fair value gap when this isn't a high probable area to get into, right? So sometimes it's best to, sometimes we're a little too impulsive, right? I could get a little too impulsive and wanting to look for a trade and wanting to get into a trade, and you'll miss out on the details of this, right? It potentially getting down here because you're so focused on trying to get an entry, you know what I'm saying, and trying to make money, when it's just best to make sure you read the tape, make sure you read what could, the potential of what can happen, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's most likely gonna run out one side of the range. Yeah, we got this little bit of liquidity right here, but we failed to take out the opposite range or expand. So now we're just sitting inside of there. And then you have Powell's speech today, so it could kind of be a little iffy, right? So we just sitting there chilling. We just sitting, we gonna chill, right? So usually since Thursday I kept off the weekly range, I wouldn't mind possibly taking a purge and revert. To maybe target the one in buy side, right? If that opportunity does come. So we have AU sell side, EU sell side, and then we'll deliver into that liquidity void that I'm looking for us to deliver into. But it needs to, as soon as it runs that and comes into there, it needs to quickly displace, right? If I am gonna think that that's the cap, that's the cap of the week, right? Because you got this weekly candle already got the expansion, right? We're already at a discount from how much we expand. So like, even look at this candle. You see how big these candles are, right? It's not that much. We're at a discount of that range, that weekly range. So could just cap off the week, so that way I can, you know, leave my computer and go focus on other things. I basically just set alerts at potential points to where like I would want to pay attention to the market, right? Inside of here, I don't really care what happens. Let's go to Euro. So Euro, I got alert set there as well. All right, by the time GU takes out that low, my Euro, I'll know that Euro is close to where I want it to be to potentially buy if it is gonna cap off the week. Also, I got alert set on NASDAQ right here at these lows. Right, plus I'll be active during the open, see what happens during the open, and then maybe London close. I'll try to look for a buy if price offers that, right, and it's clear. But yeah, that's the plan for right now. This is a no trade range for me, even if I see that okay, it could go lower from here from this SIBI, right, but you also have no wick at the top of here, right? And no wicks up here. And then you have relative equal highs here and London's range here, right? So I'm waiting for a opposing side to get taken out. The place where I had to repair my glasses, I don't have them right now. So hopefully I don't make no mistakes because I'm blind. You know what I'm saying? So looking at the market, we finally are making some a push up. We used this fair value gap down here. If I go to the 15-minute, you can not refine it, but give a much more obvious fair value gap that we came down into. Now we're delivering up to that buy side liquidity pool, right? So since we took out this low, that is a sell side liquidity run right there, and this could cap off the week there. But the reason why I didn't want to take that is because I would rather have seen since Asia was all the way up here, and this is the only sell side liquidity pool here. Besides this higher time frame one, I would have rather seen a run on that because this could have this could have reasonably had a push lower to take out that low right during that 8:30 news right with that PPI and jobless claims. So I didn't want to enter a buy there. Plus, I'd rather be a seller until there's a higher time frame close. You know what I mean? On a premium array, kind of like this one, right? If price was to get up there and close that in, it could be a potential move to clean up some of this sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency, right? So, I'm leaning more on the sells after you run out this London buy side liquidity pool, and then maybe trade back lower into the discount of this range, right? Get somewhere in that discount after this run. Let's look at EU. Yeah, so EU's climbing up too, climbing up into London's buy side liquidity pool. Let's look at the indice. AU I don't think is gonna get up there in time. You do have, see it's not that obvious. So besides this liquidity pool here, right, that's the only thing we got with AU. And let's see, so ES is still, you see how it's still working that range. So like I was saying, it could just dig into you, right, just to go lower. Here go NAS. So yeah, that's what we're patiently waiting for. Those relative equal lows. Open is gonna be in 3-4 minutes, right? So we can see what happens during that open and see what opportunity may come just from that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, right now I don't have any type of like FOMO or any type of in a rush to get somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you gotta stay poised, stay calm, stay collected. You know what I mean? And when I make that mistake, you know, I'll acknowledge it here. When I make that mistake, when I'm feeling some type of way, I acknowledge it here, so that way you understand how I'm feeling during this whole process. So that way we could be accountable for everything. You know what I mean? And be accountable together. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we'll see what happens during that open. Exit till open. Let's see what happens. Need a smile to love it, baby. I need it around. Let's see if there's an open range gap. And once again, no new range opening gap. So Powell speech today too. It's not that much of a high probable, super high probable week, but you know, but we got some profit out of this week. This is the last day of this week that I'm gonna trade. So regardless if I win or lose, you know, it either be a break-even week or a big profit, a good profit week, and you know, that's all that's good. So there's the alert. Let me take out this EU alert too. Let's see if dollar did not take out that London sell side liquidity pool yet. So let's go into the 5-minute time frame, 3-minute time frame. Okay, 15-minute. All right, so we have this swing high, right, creating this low and now that it's been broken, this could be that took out liquidity, right? So this could be considered a breaker here, right? So we have that there. Okay, that can possibly use as an inversion breaker, right? So as we're taking out that buy side liquidity pool and running into that buy side liquidity pool, we get some price action all in here, right? After we get a displacement lower, we could use that as a means to go lower, right? To run out sell side down in here, right? So, man, I miss my glasses already, bro. So, waiting for a dollar to run that first before trying to take a change in state delivery on GU, because EU's London buy side is still sitting right there too. I don't wanna see that get left hanging. You know what I mean? At least. Say AU. So yeah, breakers in here, the breaker in here, right? And nothing's stopping price from going lower. No discount type array type of besides this inversion fair value you got, right? But you can see AU possibly going to run that after we get a nice displacement lower, right? And then you have the open, true day open there, right? Once we go below that, could be something there to run lower. But first, I need EU and dollar to run out that low minimum. All right, that London low. Minimum. I want to see this Asia low hold too. You know, it doesn't have to, but I would like to see it because you have these down close candles and you have that fair value gap all in there. And if I want to see it go higher, I just want to see it use this premium array as an inversion, right? That same daily volume imbalance, liquidity void, and just use this London low, purge that, knock everybody out that was in this buy early, and then start running higher. You also have no wick at the top of this candle right here, right? So that's a target for price to potentially get into for a dollar, right? Going into the 3-minute time frame, you have this fair value gap here, right? With this up close candle right here, that could be the change in state of delivery. Once we get a nice displacement inside of there, I'll wait for a pullback, right? So it could be something like this, right? Get up into there, and then boom, right? That's all I'm looking for. Go higher. Yep, and then maybe we could go to the current day high, back up to the current day high. We'll see. All right, depending on how much we displace here, then I'm most likely gonna stay out of the market. Maybe focus on indices, right? If we come all the way down here, that could be a good discount too, to potentially catch a potential buy-in, right? So that's there too as well. But I like this setup more because of the liquidity pool of London resting right here, instead of having to come all the way deep down into there and then look for a change in state of delivery. I don't really want to. I'm not a big fan of that trade, right? But see what GU is doing. So GU is still pushing into that liquidity pool. Could run up into Asia. So either here revert or Asia revert. I would rather see this Asia revert this, right? Let's see we get some good displacement down, going lower, some nice displacement, then we'd be good on that. So AU still running up, right? You have this breaker here. There, let's change the color a bit. Okay, there's our breaker. displacement through there would be nice. Let's see if there's an inversion. Yep, so there's an inversion, fair value gap right here. So watching that, and then you also have this up candle as well that created this down move, which is also a breaker. So that could be used as an inversion breaker as well for AU to run through, and then use that as resistance to continue lower and take out the relative equal lows that's being built up here. Right. See, so there's indices still running lower. Well, still it's not running lower, but you know, it's not going any higher. So sick of allergies, man. So yeah. So if we get some displacement, I'll make a decision on what I want to do. But right now, there's nothing to do. I'm not gonna take a sell here. You know what I mean? I need some type of confirmation. You know, and then EU still has a little bit more room to run that Asia high too as well. So yeah, we'll see what happens, man. There's nothing to do. You sell back down to these lows. I'm risking 160. Thinking it could come up into I'm only playing this breaker. I'm gonna see if it could come up a bit higher. I could get a better entry. Yeah. I'm gonna enter there. Take that breaker. So basically, we took out that London buy side liquidity pool, right? And I'm looking for a price to run lower off of this breaker right here, because we did run out London, right? We're inside of this inverse breaker, right? And I'm looking for at least it to run out. I'm looking for a 1 to 2. Nothing too crazy. So maybe that internal liquidity in here. Yeah, that internal liquidity right here. It could run down to the previous low, the lows in there. Right, could do that. And take out the relative equal lows. So that could be an area to get to run down into. So I could target those down in here. Low hanging fruit would probably be here. So yeah, I'm gonna just go for that. I don't think I'm gonna go for a re-entry. Not a re-entry, but like a skeleton entry here to that low. So 50%. Gonna take this out real quick. 50% would be right here. So if more displacement happens, then I'll scale in as long as it's above the 50, right? Displacement right into this inefficiency right here. So I wanted to see some type of fair value gap get left through there, and then maybe run down into that. Well, what I'm gonna do is see where that's at. 50%. Let's get to 50% of that. 50% would be there, right? You do have this up candle, close candle. If we do run up into that, I'll scale in one more contract. Could do it here as it is given some type of inversion, right? But I don't want to drag my stop too early. I want to see if this could get left open, but it could always come up and run this one more time and then go lower. So I'm not a fan of scaling in right now on this position. So because I don't want to end up dragging my stop. If we was to get in on another one right here, right, and the stops was still there, yeah, that's a little too much. So I don't want to do that. So we'll just leave it as it is here. Don't want to move my stops too early. There. So right now the risk is $255. That's the risk right now, and I'm looking for it to expand to at least, said I wanted to. All the way up into a premium of this range, high from this low. I'm looking at this no wick, and it kind of gives me a bit of unsureness because of that no wick at the top that could come up in there. So as I was in drawdown, I kind of felt a little bit of anxiety, but I have to remind myself that it's just the probabilities. You know what I'm saying? It's all probabilities. Like this trade isn't sure that it's gonna go lower and hit my TP. It's either my stop loss or my TP. It's like flipping that coin. You know what I'm saying? You flip that coin heads or tails. Heads you win, tails you'll lose. You know what I mean? 50-50. If my strike rate's above 50, you know what I'm saying? I average it out at 50. Then it's either heads or tails that I'm gonna win. So I have to be able to just accept that instead of having that anxiety or having that like, okay, when I'm in drawdown, like it's gonna hit my stop loss. It's either gonna hit my stop loss or it's either gonna go to my TP. You know what I mean? So I feel like I did everything correctly. I did everything right. So just let the probabilities play out. Hit me out, hit me out. You know what I mean? So just see what happens, man. You know? At this price section so far, very high resistant. We did come up and deliver up to the high end of this fair value gap in this breaker, right? We do have some of this volume imbalance left, but it's constantly ranging inside of that fair value gap and breaker. Usually trades will just start running. If it was to work out, or more probable to work out, it just start running. It would have just ran from here, right? But we're getting a lot of high resistant price action, and only because dollar is still kind of pushing lower. We did run out. I think we ran out Asia. Yeah, we just ran out Asia now, so maybe we get some type of movement higher, and that'll help AU get sent lower, right? Because AU is the weakest behind all the other XXX pairs. So once dollar starts to run higher and the EU and GU starts to maybe possibly run lower, get some displacement lower, we'll get nice runs on. I'll get a nice run on AU, but right now it's just looking very high resistant. It could range. It could range for the rest of this trade. I don't know, but what I am looking to do, if it does expand through this range, right, and it get closes above these PD arrays in here, as it's coming back down or lower, I'll just look to scale out of my position, whether that's closing the whole position, because it's most likely gonna run to my stop loss if it has to close above all of these PD arrays, and I'll just take a small loss. You know, even if it did run up here, close up here, and then started to run lower, right? That's fine. It could go that way, but I don't want to sit in a trade that is very high resistant, because most likely, even if it was to start running back lower, down all the way into here after closes above here, all in here, it's most likely gonna be choppy towards where I want to see price go towards. So yeah, that's the plan for right now. Either I'll close it halfway if it give me a chance, or hold it. It depends on how what I think price is more probable to do. It's starting to get a move higher off of that Asia low, right? Hopefully it could continue to at least give a nice move higher. It doesn't have to be too much of a move, right? And that'll give us room for EU to fall, GU to fall, but I'm already in the AU, which is a lot more weaker, like I said, than the other two, right? And that's why I chose to take this one instead. And looks good for right now. Looks like it might not come all the way back up here. Again, I would want to see these up close candles hold and it not trade back above mean threshold of this breaker. So I could throw my stop lower, below. I could throw my stop there. You know, I could do that. Could keep it at top of the breaker. But right now, I'm going to just leave it where it's at now until I get more of a displacement lower. At least through this inversion fair value gap first. And this low right here. Get some displacement through this low there. And then I'll end up eventually move my stop halfway like that. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see any retracement back above. And I'll just take a quarter loss on this position instead of a full loss, $250 loss, right? And walk out of the week with some profit, you know, nothing too crazy, but some profit. FEG, I would want to see this stay open because you have this FEG, right? It came up, used the order block, and then we have this move lower. So this range should be balanced. So it's not ideal for this FEG to be completely filled in, but it can since it's high resistance today. But ideally, I would rather see this FEG stay open. Actually, it's a FEG up here too, and this FEG up here as well. But it would be nice for any FEG inside of this range to stay open. Right, so this could be just an IOFED in an institutional order flow entry drill that ICT teaches. Right, use this inversion. I already did that. Run lower, or at least hold the consequent encroachment of that FEG to continue lower. Right, I want to see us expand through, try to get through here, expand through here. Right, maybe use that as resistance. This is not a scale in. This is just to read the tape, and then potentially move towards my target, right? But by the time we expand through here, I will want to be my position at break even, right? Because I don't want to see retracement all up all the way back up into here after we start expanding through this FEG. Well, this FEG that I'm looking for it to be inverted, right? So I'm fine with that L. It should have started displacing there. It took me out at basically up $90 this week. It's not no loss, no break even. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I'll take that loss. Let me see. So there's a potential to let me see. $450. Could take something off of this breaker here. Here with stops below. Targets above. Targets above here. Could take a breaker play here on NASDAQ. Look for a run higher. See. There's really no wick at the bottom of these candles here. Might just leave this alone. Might just leave that alone. Let's see. Let's look at GU macro. Right. And then we have relative equal highs up here. Relative equal highs there. What's the discount from this range low to this high? That'd be there. Maybe in this order block. It could be a move somewhere in that order block. I'm gonna put a buy limit keying off of that. It might just come off of this order block and start running higher. I mean, off of this breaker and start pushing higher. So what I could do is I could key it off of there and then move my stops right there instead. I'm gonna take that there, and then we aim for previous day high, previous day high up there via one contract. Since Powell's speeches today, I don't know. I don't think I want to be risk taking another trade, right, and going down this week, especially when you got Powell's speech later and it's a Thursday. You know what I mean? And I just took a small loss on that AU trade, which was today negative 135, right? So negative 135. I don't think I want to really position myself in another trade, but I am confident in this going higher and at least running up into that buy side liquidity pool. So maybe if I risk 85, maybe, and just stay break even this week. Maybe stay break even this week. That's what I'm thinking. is inverting this fair value gap, and then I'm gonna scale in and drag my stop up, so that way it's still 85 that I'm risking, but I'm scaled in, you know, to make a little bit more, right? And aim for 500 if price is willing to give me that, or it's a break even week, you know. So I felt FOMO of missing this trade, right? But it's all controlled risk. Even though I felt a little bit of FOMO, so even though I had that emotion, it's not to where like I want to over risk, you know what I mean? So I know that like as soon as this trade is over with, that I gotta be done, you know what I mean? And take that loss to the chin if it gives me that loss, you know what I'm saying? So uh, it's not as clean of a setup because of the displacement. There's not much displacement above this breaker, right? So, you know, FOMO on a not as clean setup requires low risk, and I'm fine with losing that 85 because it's basically break even for the week, and I'm not done for the week. So when I'm going into the weekend or finishing out my day today, it's not like I really lost anything this week. You know what I mean? So thinking long term, this week break even, that's good. You know what I'm saying? Small loss, big wins, small win, small losses. You know what I'm saying? Or break even is a good week. So maybe this might give me an opportunity to scale in if we start getting some expansion above here, right? Maybe take out that swing high. You have these 2 consecutive down close candles. It come back down, maybe into this this inversion fair value gap, and I move my stop halfway. Right now, it doesn't look like it's giving that. Now this turned into a 5-minute inversion fair value gap. This will potentially turn into an inversion fair value gap. And one more here, and it'll still be 150, right? I mean, not 150, 85, right? I just moved my stop right here below that main threshold candle, since we've been playing inside of there, and just take that to be 97, 85, 85. It'll just be an extra 10, right? Just leave my stop there. Boom, modify order, and let's see if we can get some type of displacement higher. If not, then just take that L. Thanos FEG. You know what I'm saying? It's trying multiple times to get through it, but constantly it keeps rejecting off of it. And the reason why I call it Thanos is because usually I erase half of my lot size, right? Like how Thanos snapped his finger and erased half of the earth or the universe, whatever. I erase half of my lots, half of my position. Right now, there's no point in me doing that because I'm already size small. So, you know what I mean? If you were sized a lot inside of this move and it constantly kept rejecting off of here, then that's when I would erase half of my position. You know what I'm saying? So uh, right now I'm just waiting to see if price could get through there. Struggling to get through there. But like I said, I'm already size small. If I take this, if it hits my stop loss, then it'll be close to a break even. Basically, break even week. I'm only down $17. That's best break even for me, right? Or around much, $19, whatever, $20, $25. If it's that small, then basically break even. So the reason why I scaled in here is so that way I could scale in a little bit more. Plus, we already played through mean threshold of that order block multiple times. So there was no that felt like an intermediate term low to me. So as it was coming down, consolidated in here, I didn't expect it to run any lower than here, which it could have. It took me out, and that's cool. But I was willing to take that risk, right? Because it's already size small. You know what I mean? I'm only losing so much, right, for a chance for it to go higher. I take out that buy side liquidity pool, and up here I made partial once it gets up into there, depending on the time, right? Or just hold for the full 500, right? You're sitting in trays like this, it's kind of like watching paint dry. So it's best to not really pay attention to this price action much and just like do things on the side, listen to some music, chill, read a book. You know what I'm saying? But it sucks to be in very uh, high position trades in price action like this. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm saying like it's best to just erase half of your lot size whenever you got a Thanos FEG like this, where constantly trying, but it's not willing to get through it. Not saying it can't get through it because the Avengers did beat Thanos, right? But the likelihood of them beating Thanos, because it took them a minute, right? You know what I'm saying? You could just save yourself some money. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you position a lot, a lot. You know what I mean? If you highly position. So right now, even though it's doing like this is just time distortion, right? I'm just looking for it to expand through this and eventually get up into there. But regardless if it hits my stop or not, not if it hits my stop, I'm really not phased by that. You know what I mean? To where like I gotta find another trade now, right? Because like I said, I'm walking out of here close to break even for the week, and that's completely fine with me, right? Sometimes it's not best to really focus on the money, you know what I'm saying, and the position, right? But the money still does matter. The risk still does matter. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm focused on that 85, just losing that 85 or that $97 to $100 now. But it's basically me only losing like $20 for this week. Once again, so but yeah. Above this inversion fair value gap, this array right here, what is this? Okay, so it's a 15-minute inversion fair value gap right now that we're playing off of here, rejecting off of, but I want to see if price can start expanding higher now. I can't move my stop to that 85 now. Instead of taking a full 97, it'll only be 85. And then I'm looking for New York and London's buy side liquidity pool now. Right, so should be able to get that. We basically ran out that sell side liquidity pool that we was waiting for. Right down in here, it's not the cleanest entry, right? Not the cleanest price action right now because of the Powell speech, but the idea still stands that we took out the sell side liquidity pool here, relative lows to come into that refinement on the 15-minute. All right, followed that plan. Now looking for the buy side here, made partial there, and then hold a runner to here, right? So good partial there, which will be almost a 1 to 3 there, and then hold for up there if it's willing to get up there, but it's most likely, so it's really resistant, so you know, might be asking for too much for it to run all the way up there, right? I could just take it out there, but you know, depending on the time, we'll see. So as you can see now, we're running right back down inside of that array. So we're playing off of that 15-minute once again. Inversion fair value gap coming back down. Should stay within this fair value gap here and hold that inversion fair value gap with all these down close candles. I don't want to see us start ticking back towards the mean threshold of this down close candle, right? I don't want to see us go back all the way back down there. Basically, yeah. So still holding. Like I said, we'll only lose 85. If that's the case. The 1050 to 1110. Wait. Tripping. 1150 to 1210 macro here. So allowing that to do what it's gonna do. I want to see us start expanding higher. All right. So we got stopped out. Hey, take it to the chin, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Let's check the account. So basically, we only lost basically break even for this week. Not too bad. It's all good, you know what I'm saying? We were wrong on 2 trades and still walked out basically break even. So one dub this week, 2 L's this week. But both of the L's were small losses. So yep, so that's it. Let's see what AU did. So dollar running up higher now. Let's see. So no more trades. Yeah, so AU would have been a full stop out as well. And ES is most likely, well, NAS is most likely gonna go lower, right? Because if it was really bullish, it would have went then and there, right? But it didn't do that, so it's most likely running lower once again. So that's it. If you guys enjoyed that video, smash that like button. I got my glasses back. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed that video, smash the like button. Subscribe if you haven't yet, and you know, stay disciplined. Stay focused on your plan. Don't let your emotions sabotage yourself. You know, self-sabotage yourself by letting your emotions get to you. And control risk. You know what I'm saying? Try to control as much as you can, and kind of be aware when you are feeling some type of way. You know what I'm saying? Just like when I felt a little bit of FOMO of missing this position, but I also did something positive by controlling how much I risk. Some people, they'll just get in, you know what I'm saying? They'll just get in with let's say my full risk is 250. They'll just get in that 250 right there when you got power speech coming up. Most likely, I just took a loss, so why would I go in full risk? Plus, I was up for this weekend. It's the last day of the week that I'm gonna trade, so why would I go below break even or take more of a loss? Like take more, basically end up in drawdown this week. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So I kind of noticed that FOMO, but I still managed to get in small, position myself small. You know what I'm saying? And I even got a scale in to where it could have made $500 and made back everything, but still take a small loss to where I'm still break even for the week. So, just I hope you probably learned, you guys, whoever's watching this, you probably learned something from that. Even when you're feeling some type of emotions like FOMO, you still don't go get ahead of yourself and try to go beyond and try to risk 250 on a trade because you lost, or risk maximum leverage on a position because you lost your last position. So, you know what I'm saying? I hope you guys learn from that, and I'll see you guys next week. Peace. I'm out.